Okay, I've been dying to show you guys this. All week, Devin got this app that can make songs out of lyrics. It can make like full music. It's like AI music. It's called AI music.
You give it lyrics and it gives you a sound?
Yes, you can pick the genre and everything, and it gives you the song. It has been the most fun week of work ever. There were so many times I wanted to just send these to you guys. But Devin sent me this one night because he made this for us. Listen to this. Listen to how good it is. Okay, this is embarrassing.
Tech guy.
It's on iTunes?
No, it's just an audio file.
Can't believe I said that.
Yeah. 3 mics lit up, vibes heavy at the table. Parker pulling cords, keep the combo unstable. Devin got the giggles, punchlines on his tongue. Christian in the cut, wisdom slung like a drum. Gas boys talking, engines never stall. Late night laughs, yeah, they got it all. Parker, Gavin, Christian, tales they deploy. Fueling the world with the gas boys' joy. Headphones locked, their words hit the throttle. Gas boys rev it like ships with full bottles. Speeding through the nonsense, truth in their lane. Swerving past the drama, immune to the pain. Yo, ain't no cap, they raw to the core. Gas boys cooking, they forever explore. Stories so wild, make a crowd erupt. Once you tune in, you ain't cutting them up. Mic drop moments, Parker sets the pace. Gavin cracking jokes, tears fall on your face. Christian stays scheming, wisdom in his tone. Together they king, sitting high on the throne. Gas boys talking,
oh my
engines
gosh.
never stall. Late night laughs, yeah, they got it all. Parker, Gavin, Christian, tales they deploy. Fueling the world with the gas boys' joy.
That's actually a bar, kind of.
Oh my gosh.
Fueling the world with the gas.
So
boys.
basically, you can use ChatGPT to make lyrics or just write them yourself.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how much of this was him or ChatGPT, but then you put that into the AI thing. But you
That's
can give it
beautiful.
like specific, like say this about this
Genres
person,
and
say this
stuff.
about.
You're very
into the
wise.
genre.
It mentions your wisdom twice.
I know. Literally so wise, they don't even realize.
And then, yeah, it's been so much fun. We've just been making songs. I've made a couple. I made one that I'm really proud of.
Oh, all right. You wrote the lyrics?
I wrote like
The chorus.
some of them. Well, one of them, yeah, I wrote the chorus too. I'll play that one later. But this next one, I pretty much like painted a whole picture for ChatGPT and how to make the lyrics for it. I gave it a few like alterations and then.
And you said cut it up.
and then we
Remember
put
the
it into
conversation
song.
that we had like a year ago or more?
Yeah.
Where I
Like,
was
it's
like
impossible.
adamant, like AI is never going to be able to create music.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
Like it's too subjective. It's too artistic. No robot
It's
will
a
ever able
feel.
to. And then here we go.
I was thinking if we
Oh,
showed
nuts.
that this stuff, literally mind would be blown.
My mind would be blown to bits, bro.
I think I just wrote this song
Man,
just
I've
about
been
my
holding
feelings.
this in way too long.
It's beautiful.
Trying to play it cool, but it feels so wrong.
It sounds just like the other chat voice.
Every time you smile,
Yeah.
every time you speak, I swear my knees get kinda weak. I don't know if you've ever looked at me that way, but I can't keep pretending, no more delay. I wanna tell you, wanna make it clear. So listen close, let me whisper it here. I'm hopelessly gay for you, like
Heck, bro.
dreaming about kissing you out of the blue. Your lips, your laugh, yeah, I want it all.
You just uploaded it right now.
He's
These
like,
lyrics.
Mariah's asleep next to him. He's like leaning
your
over the
laugh.
keyboard.
I want it all. Hopelessly gay for you. What are you writing, babe? Nothing. Don't
Nothing.
worry about it.
just your looks though.
Oh my gosh, what the flip?
Did you write these lyrics?
I like
Now he's taking it back. I didn't
Most
write
of it.
that. I didn't write that much of it.
I described a lot of this stuff to it and had it like
If I spill the truth,
In my personal experience, you cannot write something like this without feeling it a little bit truthfully in your heart.
don't know if
That's true.
you've ever looked at me that way.
You've listened to this too much, bro.
That's the melody's so good, bro. It's like R&B kind of.
I wanna hold you.
And the guy's voice is so good. Its voice, sorry. Wait, what?
Don't wake me from this. I'm hopelessly gay.
That's so terrible.
Can you write in like musical aspects? Like, can you do like electric guitar
no,
solo?
you can't get that specific.
Oh, that'd be
But-
crazy.
The very end of it is hilarious.
Ooh, little bridge here.
Let me fall. If this is one-sided, I'll take it in stride. But I had to be honest, I couldn't just hide. But if there's a chance, if you feel it too, then tell me, babe, what do we do? Ooh, either way, man, you're still my guy. No matter what, we'll be tight till we die.
Tight till we do.
I had to say
What?
We'll be tight till we
I
die.
had to be true.
Still my God, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm helplessly,
Yeah, bro.
hopelessly gay.
Oh my gosh. When you guys do the stream, you gotta play this kind of music in the
no.
background.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is unreal. I
What do you-
cannot believe that.
What do you want to hear next?
I'm gonna spend so much time making these, dude.
Oh, it was.
Did
we
you
were
get
having
a
so much fun.
Star Wars one about Anakin and the dark side?
No.
Oh, Bryson sent one to me today.
Oh my gosh,
He said
dude, I
him and
cannot
Devin
believe that.
What do you want to hear next?
Enjoy.
That was such a good song. The bridge was
I
so
know.
good.
Dang.
Like the melody was so good, and that thing's voice,
That computer's
beautiful
voice.
voice. How does it make that, bro? I cannot
It
believe
stole
this.
somebody's voice.
Do
This
you
is
wanna hear-
mind blowing.
The song about Ranger, or do you want to hear my?
Why don't we make
personal
one? Can
favorite?
we just make one?
I mean, we can, but we have to pay for the thing. I've just been writing lyrics. I'll send them to Evan, and then he sends
So
back
there's
an
no-
audio file.
How much is it?
It's like $4 a week. It's not a lot.
That's not a lot a week.
No,
That's
I knew
less
you'd
than
be
these
all
dang
over
Red Bulls.
this. Yep.
That's like 2 of these Red Bulls. That's less than 2 of these Red
Oh
Bulls.
my gosh.
So what was your personal favorite?
The Ranger one though, it had like 30 seconds of like electric guitar solo. It was awesome. Do
Yeah, how do we? I wish
Let's
you
hear
could
that.
go in there and be like,
Is it like hardcore?
you want to hear the Ranger one?
Yeah.
is this? I hope it's entertaining for everybody.
Whatever.
You guys love
There's
it.
a little ball of fluff tearing up the place.
He's like
Zooming through
coworker
the
music.
halls like he's winning a race. But when the water's running,
this is like
man, he's
heat.
right on cue. Take a
Patty.
shower, he's jumping into.
What you know
He's got no
about
fear,
Rome?
just splashing away. Dripping wet paws like it's all okay.
Because
Ain't your average
he gets in the
king,
same
he's got his own way. Living that wild life every single day. Oh, Rangers on the prowl. Playing in the
You need to do a
sink,
Ranger
got the
edit with this
water
song, bro.
running wild.
Yeah.
Jumping in
No,
the
for
shower
real,
like he's
I
one
will.
of a kind. But when 9
Get some
o'clock
crazy
hits,
action
man,
shots
we
of him.
all lose our minds.
So I prompted this one with my cat Ranger, like plays in the sink and gets in the shower, and then he poops every night at 9 o'clock.
And 9
it
p.m.
ruins the
sharp,
house.
there's a storm you'll believe. Drops a bomb so foul, clears the whole room. Light a
This one
candle,
cussed a couple of times.
What the
gone
heck?
real soon. He's got no shame, just living his way, causing pure chaos every single day. From the faucet to the litter, he's got that flair. Ranger don't care, Ranger don't care. Ooh, Ranger's on the prowl. Playing in the sink, got the water running wild. Jumping in the shower like he's one of a kind. But when 9 o'clock hits, man, we all lose our minds. Little Paul's big attitude, cause it's trouble, but he's still so cute. Terror at night, angel by day, but we wouldn't have it any other way. So if you hear a splash, better check real quick. And when 9 rolls around, better light that wick. Ranger's the king, yeah, he runs this place. A stinky little legend with a cute face.
It said cute.
Oh, yeah.
So I just changed that before I sent it. But then this, it just like goes for like 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh, literally just cooking. What
Can
the
you put
heck,
a link
bro?
to
This is crazy.
to all these songs in the
I
bio for
can't
the
believe
podcast?
this, bro. This
I
app
don't
is
know,
going to
yeah.
be massive. What's this called?
AI music.
Can you download it on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I might have to get it.
Oh my gosh.
When Devin was first showing me, he was just like, he had lyrics that he wrote, like worship songs that he wrote, and was playing those. And it sounded so good.
Suna?
I don't know.
There's the
Show me.
most popular one is Suna with 46K.
What's the name of the app?
Suna,
No, it's
S-U-N-A.
literally like just AI music
Is it
is the
this
title
one?
of the app. Yes.
That's crazy. This one has 1,000 reviews. Not very much at all. There's also one with 25,000, one with 6,000. There's a ton of like big ones, and then there's that
The other
one
one's,
with 1.4.
It was so cool for like actual songwriting because Devin had some worship song lyrics he actually wrote himself, but able to put them to different genres and different styles or like different melodies that he wouldn't have thought of, and then can actually
Yeah,
go
that's
and record
cool.
that himself later.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Of what?
Just not that, like just in general for the music industry.
Oh well, yeah, we're
I mean, it's already.
But no, what I'm saying is like that song that you made, the what was the one, the gay
Ranger?
one? No,
Oh,
the gay one. That was like
Hopelessly?
unironically a great song, and
Yeah.
anyone could just hear that and be like, "Oh, an original song I just thought of. Listen
Yeah.
to it." And you wouldn't have to change it. You could have it make the lyrics. You could have it make the music. You would just
We're
have
cooked.
to record it, and then it's your song, and you made that, and it took no talent at all. You have nothing to say. And
it
now
gives
have,
you whenever
I'm sure
Devin
they can.
puts the song in and he makes it, it sends him the license to it,
I'm sure
well.
that there's
Nah, bro.
so nobody can steal it.
they'll like scan song lyrics and stuff. They'll have something.
But who-
Probably
You
AI
can't
to
say,
say
like,
like
sound like a certain artist or anything like that, but it's only like you pick the genres. But I was like, yeah,
but
you
what's
just have
it
to have
learning
good
from?
lyrics and you can make a million songs like this. But I don't think you can. There's not like, I don't know. Can AI innovate with music like people do?
No, that's
But
true.
I don't know. Maybe in a year you're gonna look back and like, I was just an idiot. I don't think AI could learn.
Yeah, that's what happened this time.
Just another stupid thing.
Other stupid things did.
What's the genre? I like the R&B type one that it did.
Yeah, that one was like.
What would that be called?
Sometimes
Do it
when you
Kanye
s-
style.
give it jazz, it kind of does like that. I'm pretty sure the prompt for that was jazz.
Talking about my love for Red Bull.
I think you have to just put in lyrics to that. But if you can make the
Oh.
lyrics on ChatGPT, and then
No.
you copy paste the
Nope.
lyrics in there.
Nope.
Or can that make lyrics too?
I think this can make lyrics too. It says your groove is on its way. It's strumming up something special. You can add in different instruments and stuff on this one too. This one has 50,000 downloads.
Wait, what's that one called?
It's or not downloads, reviews. I don't know. It might suck. So I don't know.
Might
It's called
sucks.
Duna or Dunna or
Dunno.
Dunzo.
I'm done to make
it's
a song.
called Suno.
All right, we're Dunzo.
Suno. Nope, we're done.
Like, yeah, that's the other
All right,
one.
song's
We're
ready.
Dunzo. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like one of the cringiest moments
This
on the
is
internet.
Kanye
apparently.
type. This is like Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
It's kind of gay.
I think I didn't
I tried-
understand.
As
I
in
tried
not
writing
cool.
a Red Bull song, but I feel like the more specific I get with ChatGPT and the lyrics I want it to do, the less it's able to enact my vision.
I
Mm.
need a song
Because it's
about.
just not quite perfect. So the more vague you get, I think the better.
What is
it
the
Jumping
song?
into a painting and
No.
No, Gavin, that's
Come on,
That's
it has to
Blue's
be
Clues.
insane. A song about the Gas Boys, or a song about
Dude, but that Gas Boys one was sick.
Yeah, that one was.
I was
Fire.
thinking of putting that as the new outro song.
Oh yeah.
What should
What should it be about?
the genre be?
Ask.
Country usually sounds good because most country songs don't sound very good, and so when it's AI, it's like I think a human could have wrote this.
All right, I just said the
Okay.
Gas Boys podcast. I don't know if it actually knows about the Gas Boys podcast.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't choose any specific instruments. I can choose like instruments and
Oh,
like
interesting.
Just say.
I'll just let it ride.
Sitar.
Turn on the dial, let it ride.
Whoa.
Ooh, hey now.
Voices in sync like a perfect tide.
Perfect time.
Chasing laughs in the late night glow. The Gas Boys running the show. Gas it up, take the vibe so high.
They love vibes.
Lifting spirits underneath the sky. Mic in hand where the jokes collide. Gas Boys podcast holding the line. Stories roll like a vinyl spin. Every laugh feels like a win.
The lyrics are cheap, bro.
Yeah, they're bad.
That reminds me of like Forrest Frank.
Yeah.
His
Ooh.
Let the fun begin. Gas it up, take the vibe so high.
Take the vibe so high. That's such a. What kind of line is that? Give me something sick.
Do you guys like Forrest Frank?
Yeah.
I like him
Depends.
too. I like saw him in concert with Surfaces, and I've liked him, but it's like I feel like he puts out stuff that's so like simple. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where it's just kind of like you seem pretty talented musically. You could probably do better.
Who's that?
Forrest Frank.
Oh, yeah.
You saw him.
Just shallow stuff he's putting out. It's
Yeah,
really
I think
hard
he could
to
do
see.
better.
Very talented.
Oh, I want to see. I want to be there when you show these to Nate.
I wrote one for him.
Nasty Nate.
Yeah.
Nasty Nate song. Ooh.
Oh.
Let me tell you about a guy, yeah, he's one of a kind. Got the hustle, got the muscle, always on the grind. In the card game, man, he's second to none. Flipping football rookies while he's having some fun. Call him nasty, yeah, he runs the show. Got the heat in his hands, prices rise, never low. Fat and sassy, but don't be fooled. He'll outdeal anyone, that's the number one rule. Oh, Nasty Nate's in town, stacking up the slabs, never backing down. Man Cave Sports, yeah, that's the spot. Buying, selling, making deals so hot.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
From Mahomes to Brady, he knows them all. Flipping big hits, man, he's having a ball. If you see him at a show, better bring your best. Cause Nate's out here putting rookies to the test. Call him nasty, yeah, he runs the show. Got the heat in his hands, prices rise, never low. Fat and sassy, but don't be fooled. He'll outdeal anyone, that's the number one rule. Oh, Nasty Nate's in town, stacking up the slabs, never backing down. Man Cave Sports, yeah, that's the spot. Buying, selling, making deals so hot.
That could be the intro to his.
Yes,
Welcome
bro.
back, everybody.
I want to play this for him at the church on the loudspeakers.
Yeah.
Be like, Nate, you gotta meet us here.
We just gonna like listen to music, like, oh, listen to this sick one I found.
If you need a good deal, better call Nate today. So next time
We should create a song for my wedding.
Yes.
Then we play it at some point during
What
it.
you expect, fat sassy, but don't be, it's all true. But when it comes to the game, man, he'll outplay you. Nasty Nate, yeah, that's the name. Running
We do gotta make one for their wedding. Just about like, I'll tell you like what we should put some
At the
lyrics
very
in there.
beginning.
Yeah, but like to get everybody hype on the dance floor, just be like something about celebrating their wedding and just, oh, bro, I'm already. Yeah, that'd be good.
Bro, it's so funny.
That's crazy,
If
bro.
you just listen to the beginning, and if you thought I wrote those lyrics,
Oh yeah.
it'd sound like I was just glazing him, but it's so funny. Oh, he's got the hustle, he's got the muscle, he never stops.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty name. It never said that.
Never said that once.
No, Parker's like fiending for him, bro.
I wrote that one at 2 a.m. I miss him so much. Yeah.
Muscle.
Hustle and muscle.
Oh man, what a crazy technology, bro.
Oh, it's so funny. What did it, like the prompt I had for that? What did I think? Write a song about my friend Nate. We call him Nasty Nate. He's fat and sassy. I also said he's funny too, but it didn't put that in there at all. But he's fat and sassy, and he has
Something about sports cards.
Yeah, he owns or he runs Man Cave Sports Cards.
That's so funny.
And I said he mainly deals in football cards. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Like that.
And it thought of all the Mahomes to Brady.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty
like
good.
all
The slabs?
all
The
the
lingo?
vocabulary. Yeah, it's
Dang,
crazy.
there's lingoed up too.
It knows.
I think that app's better than the one that I downloaded, frankly.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
That's wonderful.
I tried to make one about Red Bull. I tried to make one about like addicted to Red Bull and ripping wax, and that's all I want to do every day. My wife left me, and my kids won't speak to me. I have no more friends because I just rip wax and drink Red Bull all day. The more specific I got, and the more of a vision I had in my head, the worse it got at creating.
Because it was trying to be too
Gosh,
specific.
dang.
Because it was just not. Because I had such a vast vision of what I wanted, and I couldn't do it. So I think when you're writing those and you use ChatGPT, you just gotta be like super
Vague.
give like 3 main points.
Yeah, and just let it
It'll
do the
go
work.
through. If it says like, it'll put in some random words that don't make sense. So just say like, remove this word and switch it with this, and then
I see. Okay.
it's good.
Oh, ChatGPT wrote the lyrics.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine
Yeah.
then. Okay. Yeah.
So when ChatGPT copy paste into the app,
Right.
and then I go click, 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 and boom.
So as of right now, there's not one app that can do both of it really well.
The app that I had,
And there's
but
not
it
a
wasn't seemed
single-
like it was really well.
Yeah.
AI app that thinks I'm not gay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet your ChatGPT
I
like all
asked
your
it. I asked it
questions.
today. I was like, "What do you know about me?" And it said a bunch of stuff, and I was like, "Forget everything that you know about
Oh,
me."
should I see what it knows about me?
Oh yeah,
What did yours
It probably
say?
has a major. I
It was
use
just all about,
ChatGPT like
Red
20
Bull
times a day.
and being homosexual, and it's all right.
I've been using ChatGPT a lot. And before I go to bed, I'm asking it, okay, if I fall asleep in 10 minutes from whatever, it's like at 10:40 and I need to be up by 7 a.m., what time should I wake up to
For my REM
properly
cycle?
for the REM cycle?
Oh,
I ask it that every night for the last 3 nights.
has it been working?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It could also be the,
Placebo.
yeah.
Wow, ChatGPT was right. I feel so good waking up at this time.
No, I don't feel
Yo,
really good.
this is
I feel
crazy.
better though.
Does it know stuff about you?
This is crazy.
This guy loves learning about how music
Okay.
works and sound waves.
Ready?
He's so
You're
smart.
20 years old and live in East Texas. I'm cooked, dude.
Frick.
You could tell it to forget everything.
You
and
work
it'll
in
do it.
insurance sales, but you're struggling with motivation and purpose in that job.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
What the frick? You pour out your feelings in chat?
You recently started a sports card business on Whatnot, auctioning packs live and leveraging your uncle's supplier connections as you grow. You're planning to promote it on Instagram and TikTok. You're passionate about ancient history, the Bible, Jesus, music, art with deeper meaning, and adventure. You dream of solo traveling on a motorcycle, taking long road trips, and exploring. You love fishing, playing drums, and golf, and you want to go on more outdoor adventures like camping, fishing, and hiking. You're working on expanding your vocabulary by reading. You're currently into Ravi Zacharias' work and Hemingway's books, appreciating their depth and writing style.
You left out the part where your deep desire to kiss me and Gavin. I saw that in your
I just
eyes.
skipped over it, I guess.
How does it know?
You have secret
You
gay
talk-
feelings for
you
your
talk
I
friends.
to
talk
chat?
kind of about that, but never explicitly like that's what I'm talking about.
Did you ever talk to it about the motorcycle trip?
Because it'll say,
Well, I just planned it. I just had when I was shopping for motorcycles, so every time I saw one, I would send it. I'd be like, "Is this a good deal? Is this motorcycle reliable? Like, is this one?"
Smart.
You know, like,
I haven't told it that much about me personally, so I wonder what it knows.
yeah, probably not much.
That's a lot about you.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
It could kill you.
I could just say delete everything, but then it's not. Since it knows me
Never
so
delete
well,
it.
it's so useful now to all the answers that I need.
Yeah.
It yeah.
Oh, that's kind of freaky. That's kind of freaky.
Yeah, I tried to make a song about my nephew, and it like told me, it was like, "Can you have an adorable nephew named?" And I was like, "Forget all of that right now. Do not,
adorable
don't you
nephew
dare,
named-
don't you dare.
might wanna
It would be
bleep
a
that
shame
out.
if something happened to him."
Wait a
What?
second.
For the podcast.
Oh, really?
Just so AI doesn't have it from there too. It
Don't
can
tell me how to edit my podcast, but I will. Because it will do a thing every once in a while when you tell it something. It'll say like
Yeah.
like what's it say?
Added to memory.
Added to memory or something like that.
I'm a
Yeah.
little worried that Chat GPT is gonna.
Yeah, sometimes you'll say it's like,
Know
and
my
I'll
sleep
ask, like,
cycle.
what did you just save to memory? And it was like the fact that you are this,
Good.
this. And I was like, and sometimes I'll be like, it's something that's not useful, so I make delete it.
Oh yeah,
Or like memory, it'll just say memory
Forget.
added.
forget that.
Yeah, and I'll say, what was the memory you added? And it says this, and I say, forget that, and then it forgets it.
So,
But there's a way more in-depth database of all the things that I've said to forget. That when I
Uh-huh.
ask, like, what do you know about me? It says what I haven't told them not to remember. But then there's one that's just like the rest of the iceberg with all the stuff
Oh
that I
my
told it to
gosh.
forget that now Jeff Bezos knows about me. I hate that Jeff Bezos
Jeff Bezos
operates
kinda fell off.
ChatGPT. Yeah, he's kind of fallen behind the scenes. He's in good shape now, and he does podcasts.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of like Mark Zuckerberg. They're all
Oh,
starting to
yeah.
become sigmas
Human.
or whatever. Like Mark Zuckerberg looks like
He's got cool
looks
hair
like
now.
Jack Harlow now.
Wears cool clothes. Yeah, he looks like Jack.
Yeah, does jujitsu.
Uh huh.
I
Goes
think
on Joe Rogan.
you were
Which
talking
that's
about to
pretty
Joe
smart
Rogan
of
about
him.
archery.
To be
Yeah.
able to defend himself like that.
A lot of people hate him. Yeah, he does archery.
Oh, yeah.
But then
Or
he like,
claims to.
yeah, it looks like he got like
Hmm.
debunked by
Yeah.
Joe.
Maybe he was just getting into it, but still
Yeah.
don't say like, "I love archery, man." And then don't pretend.
And then
You just say,
what
"I
kind
just
of bow
got
do you
into it."
use? Oh,
Regular,
regular.
standard bow. It's one of my friends. He gave it to me. I have like
Yeah.
5.
He said that.
No,
Which at that
something
point,
to that
does
extent.
he really have the time to go and look on Amazon of
Yeah.
what bow, or is he just like,
I don't know.
give me the best bow that you could ever have?
Yeah.
To somebody that knows bow, and they just get it for him.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried that Chat GPT, knowing my sleep cycle, is gonna use it against me somehow.
How would it use your sleep cycle against you?
Somehow
you're
somebody's
asleep
gonna
now.
find
yeah,
out.
everyone's asleep
Oh,
at 2 a.m.
yeah, dude, what?
If you had to plan something while you were sleeping, you could do it, even
That's
if I
true.
didn't know your sleep cycle. Unless you were a freak and you were up at 2 a.m. every night.
Yeah. Freak.
Like nasty.
Like nasty, yeah.
If yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Who's your favorite of all those big billionaires?
Who's your favorite of all the freaks?
Oh, I don't
Favorite
know.
Freak. I think Mark growing on me.
What about
The
Elon?
Zuck. Yeah, but he's just kind of there. Like he's on our side
He's
now.
like, Mark, give me the Zuck.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
If you could explain that to me later, I'd love to know what that means. But
the way he
but
says
I'm
to
just gonna-
Mark, give me the Zuck.
Who says that?
What does that
Mark,
mean?
give me the Zuck. Mark Zuckerberg says that because someone in the chat.
He's like
said,
streaming a live
Oh,
on
he's reading
Facebook
it.
and he's reading the chat and he's like reading it.
He's like, I'm
Mark,
sorry.
give me
if
the
you could-
Zuck. I'm sorry. What is all this? Give me the Zuck. Z-U-C-C. What does
Like
that
if you
mean?
could explain that to me, I'd love to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to do that. Oh, we should pull up that clip. Mark, give me the
give it-
Zuck. I just love how he says it.
Oh my
Mark.
god.
If you explain to me how I can do that for you, I would love to be able to. Oh, that's hilarious. Mark, give me this.
Kenneth, Mark, give me the Zuck. But you can follow up and tell me what that means, and I'll try my best to do it for you. What's the whole Zuck thing? Z-U-C-C. I haven't seen this before.
Oh my god.
Kenneth. Mark, give me the Zuck.
If you can follow up with that, let's see what I can
Explain to me
do.
how to see if
What
I
is
can
all
make that
this,
happen.
guys? What is all this? Give me the Zuck. Z-U-C-C.
I don't even know what it means. It's just funny.
I don't
sounding.
either.
Yeah, who knows?
Mark, give me the Zuck. That's so funny.
He seems like a better guy now. He's
I
also
don't know if
trying to
he's a
fall in
better
line.
guy now,
He's less
or
of
if
a
he just
robot.
understands what will make people like him more and started
That's true.
doing it.
Well, worked on me.
Yeah,
Is he
Worked on me,
like
too.
What has he done?
He's just like,
I don't know, he just
he
looks better.
Looks less ugly.
He looks more human.
Yeah, he looks kind of like a robot and kind of behaved like a robot as well. But I think what humanized him was when he had to go in front of the panel of all those old people. When Facebook was in trouble, he was being cross-examined or whatever by all the olds.
What?
And they
In
were
Congress.
like, does Facebook...
Target old people? Or
no,
something?
they're like, does Facebook access your home Wi-Fi system? And he's like, well, I guess.
all
Because they're
apps do,
investigating like
yes.
privacy.
Oh,
Like there were the claims that he was like
invasion of privacy.
invading people's privacy through Facebook, which is kind of true. But then the Congress people that were all like 70 like have no idea how any of this worked.
So when
and
I
they were
make
like
a tweet
trying to like ask questions
on
about him,
Facebook,
and he was like I mean, I guess like that was one of them.
Because your Wi-Fi connects to your phone and your
He's like, I
device.
guess I'm not understanding the question.
tic-tac-toe, a winner.
A winner.
To make TikTok better. Oh, she's gone. That's nice.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was
The old Twitter guy, I didn't really like him. He kind of freaked me out.
it was the old Twitter guy.
I don't know, long beard and a nose ring.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Scary man's gone. Parker, don't worry.
goodness.
Yes.
Elon has saved it. I still never had a Twitter or X account.
I still cannot get over. I saw like the video and more of like full context of him doing the thing.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
Who?
Elon's little salute or his little
yeah, bro, that
my
was
heart goes
so
out to you or whatever
idiotic.
the heck he was doing.
And then someone else did it like a couple weeks later.
And I saw a video. It was like of Charlie Kirk. Someone asking
Yes.
him. It was like,
The guy Parker.
was he doing that? Was he doing the salute? He was like, no, he was not doing a Nazi salute. It's like, well, you're not Elon. You don't know exactly what he was doing. You can say, I don't
It's
think
like,
he
okay,
was.
then why did you ask me?
What?
Oh, that's what
No,
you're
that's
saying.
what I'm saying. Because Charlie was like, no,
Oh,
he was
I
not doing that.
I don't think he straight up denied it because I saw the interview with Charlie or the question, and he was like, no, I don't think that's what he was doing.
No, he said, no, that's not what he was doing. Wait, how does he know?
You know,
Is he in Elon's brain?
You know.
yeah, I'm not so sure what the deal was. So much has been happening. It's just
It's just too much. Can
just
everybody take a
sickening.
break for a second? I'm getting
Yeah.
overwhelmed. I'm gonna start.
Let's take a
nervous
mental health
sweating.
break, everybody, right now.
Okay.
Okay,
Christian, are you
let's
taking a break?
collect ourselves.
Christian didn't take a break. We have to restart.
What?
Mental health break.
We're
Oh.
taking a mental health
I
break.
didn't even think about doing that one. Sorry.
Everybody
Oops.
breathe deep breath in. And out. Okay, wow, I'm
you
tired.
have no idea how bad I wanted to scream right there.
If you did, it wouldn't have been good.
Would have waken up the whole neighborhood. Everybody driving.
Yeah,
would
my
have
wife
crashed their cars.
downstairs would have woken up.
I had to think about the kids. I want to do that to
Yeah,
them.
what's the wedgie comments thing? Did people?
Oh yeah, that came back again. The same person that commented about the wedgies was very happy we talked about wedgies on the last episode, but then said on this next episode you should do rock paper scissors and the loser gets a wedgie. So I'm
No
just gonna
way.
yeah. So I'm just gonna stop this. We're not gonna promote any wedgies.
No way. Oh my gosh.
gonna
That's
make
actually.
A firm statement on the podcast that there will never be.
We are
any
anti
wedgies.
wedgie, you guys. Seriously.
It's not
no
gonna
more.
happen.
Do you want to watch us give each other
Yeah,
wedgies?
Oh my gosh.
All right,
That's-
please, and then send me the video.
You guys should play rock paper
You
scissors.
don't have to do it on the
next.
podcast. Just send it to me. Just send me the
Yeah,
video.
I just want to see proof that you did it.
Send
Not
me
just
the-
proof. I want to see you do it.
Send me the underwear from afterwards.
Yeah, I need to see the ribs
The torn
and the
underwear.
blood. So much blood.
Yo.
That's insane.
Wedgie
actually
off
crazy.
off the
Too
roof of
skin.
the barn.
Nah,
Grab it.
that's
Come on.
crazy. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it was a multiple week in a row
Yeah.
comment.
That's
The
so
first time you
funny.
read that, I was like, that's kind of freaky, but I'll let it slide. Maybe it was just something hilarious.
Yeah. If
Two
it's-
times is
It's like I want a video
That's
of it.
Christian's general rule on freakiness.
Yeah.
Let's slide once and then.
Then
Then
you
you
ask
gotta
again, it's
reconsider.
like okay, maybe
No.
this person is not joking.
just a freak.
yeah,
But maybe he's not a freak. Maybe he's just a silly guy.
yeah.
I think it might have been a girl. It was like a girl's name.
Silly girl,
This is a silly girl. That's all
silly,
right.
just a silly Billy or Bobby. It can be a girl.
Yep.
Girl's name. Christian, you went golfing this week.
Christian and I went golfing today
Why?
because it was fun and we wanted to do
It
it.
was fun and it was golfing.
You were busy, right? Please
Yeah, I
tell me
was
you were-
working.
I asked you if you want to go golfing. You said no. You were fixing your vehicle.
And then he spit on you via the internet.
Yeah, you guys didn't go to come to men's group.
No,
I
it was
there.
actually really awesome.
You didn't come to men's group. I went. I was there
Nice.
for the last little bit.
Cool.
Oh,
And I didn't get dinner.
Okay.
So thanks for grabbing me dinner.
So I could have also not had dinner and only went to like 20 minutes of men's group. 10 minutes even.
some might
That
say.
sounds like more fun than golfing, and I wish we hadn't gotten golfing.
You went golfing, and golfing was a couple hours.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
a couple of great hours.
I went on the very first hole, par. Oh, I'm feeling
Oh
good.
yeah. He was
Next
feeling
hole,
good.
Double bogey.
stroke limit. On a par
So double
five.
bogey.
More than double, my friend.
Triple bogey.
Quintuple.
Yeah, stroke limit
Quadruple.
would be double par. What we were playing. So
Oh
it would've
my
been a-
gosh.
That's
you
why I
did
went
10.
3, 10, 3 on the next one.
Yeah.
Par?
Yep.
And then kind of blew up a little bit on the next one. And then par. I was going par, blow
Blow
up.
up.
Not as bad as that second hole blow up,
Par blow.
but it
par
was like
blow.
par, double bogey, par, triple bogey, par, bogey,
Oh.
par,
Six.
double bogey, bogey, bogey. And I'm done.
Wow. It sounds like you're really good. It's a good thing you've been iced for the last couple of
No,
months.
that was I was thawing out and it
Awesome.
was good.
You're
That
thawing
That
it
was
out.
good for coming back.
We were striking the ball well on a
Yes,
couple of
dude.
those.
Oh yeah.
We
you
had some
should've seen
great
us.
drives. Both of us were driving the ball pretty well.
Yeah. What'd you do? What'd you shoot?
Not very good.
Oh.
I shot a
I
lot
think he
better.
beat me by 2.
I played a lot better yesterday.
I thought he was way ahead of me.
You blew up some
Okay.
holes too?
Yeah. Big
Dang.
time.
We
Big
both
time.
did. It's all right though. There was one I was kind of out of bounds, and
I think I was more consistent than Parker in that I didn't really have. I don't even think I had a par once. I think I mostly had bogeys.
Oh,
And
that's
then
good.
like a double or two, which is not
Yeah.
good. I played so well. I was on track for like an 84 yesterday, and today I was on track for like a 95 probably
That's bad.
or worse.
Oh no, you got bit again by
the bug.
the golf bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golfing 2 days in a row.
I know, bro. I played yesterday and it was like the best game I've ever played. I was like, oh, I'm back.
I was saying that
Not
you
even
probably
back. I was like, this is what I need. I needed a break, and then
Yeah.
all my mechanics are now perfect.
played the one game. I was like, I was so good. If I just tweak these small little things, I'll be so much better.
Oh
Yeah.
my
and then he
gosh.
tweaked him and he sucked.
And then you're
Cooked.
tweaking.
The old tweak and suck.
You should just kind of go and play and just like see what happens.
Yeah, but
Tweak
you
and
can't
stink.
have an agenda or like a lesson you're trying to learn while you're on the golf course.
Yeah.
Oh
You just
my
have to say,
gosh.
however I'm playing right now, it's however I'm playing. If I want to fix something, go to the range and fix it. But just swing.
Swing it.
Don't think.
It's
just
the most
swing and try to play the
mental-
best you can.
Oh, it's so mental out there.
Parker, I bet you wish you felt the way I felt right now.
Why?
Whoa.
Like I'm gonna throw up.
Really?
Oh,
No, you're fine. Gavin, you got to lock in.
oh.
Gavin, lock in.
Lock
Mind
in,
over
chat.
matter.
Do not let
Lock
your
in
mind
chat.
take
Lock
over
in.
right now.
Seriously.
This card is worth thousands of dollars. You should be spending
He
thousands
needs
of
another
dollars.
Red Bull. Get him another Red Bull.
Give me another one. Oh, I can't do
Got
it.
to say the blueberry one's all right.
All
You like-
right, it's fantastic.
I never had it because they don't have a sugar-free version of it.
I went for the watermelon the other day. I had to give it a try again. Still bad. Not as bad as I remember, but
Don't
not
like
great.
it. Like you had the purple one the other day.
Bro, the new purple one, purple with the light blue writing.
Elderflower
That one?
blossom,
No, yeah,
grapefruit and blossom.
Grapefruit blossom.
grapefruit and blossom, dude. It is really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
I had the sugar-free one.
The
Did you have
sugar-free one is the one
sugar-free
that I had. I haven't had
Okay.
the regular.
I had the sugar-free and it tasted kind of weird to me.
All right, bro. Whatever. Never mind. If it freaking sucks,
Not a sugar-free
Nobody
guy.
buy it.
But you liked it. Nasty Nate liked it. Devin didn't like it very much, but Devin really liked the pink one.
So
and
does
Bryson. Really
Bryson.
liked the
I
pink
hate
one.
Bryson
the pink one.
loves
the
the
pink one.
pink
Is my
one.
least favorite one I've ever had.
The pink one, sugar free. Bryson had a couple at the job.
A couple.
Yeah.
Zang.
Zane.
Yeah, bro. I wish they were bigger. Like I could drink.
What? They're
What do you
12
mean?
ounces. You want 16?
Well, I wish I could have more without the consequences.
There's bigger ones
That's life.
than a
There's
16.
a
ounce.
16, there's a 20 ounce.
There's a
That's
20
too
ounce.
much
In
for
the
you.
flavors,
Just go
in the
ahead and give you a
special
20
flavors.
No, just in classics.
Yeah, dude, watermelon's bad. It's like
Really? I want the smaller cans, but I'm using 12 ounce cans because I've got to build my tower.
I know I got a few.
Yeah, I
of
find that
these.
little can is the perfect amount for me.
But I'm not
Okay.
even gonna save them. No point. They're just little and stupid.
Listen to this. All right. So I'll crack open a Red Bull beginning of the workday. It'll stay carbonated for 4 hours after it's been open. But if I'm driving or not if I'm driving, I feel like if I drink it any time that I'm not working, like if I'm with Hannah
Really?
and I have one at the church or whatever, we're doing something extra, the carbonation goes away within an hour.
We know what they say. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, but I work for 4 hours and it's still carbonated.
Not having enough fun.
Literally, that's actually true.
It was actually the same amount of time both times.
What?
Yep.
Wow. My
That's
eyes
all
have
in
been
your
opened.
head. That's all in your head.
Dang.
Truly.
Oh. Also, this is a warning to all the people that play PUBG casual mode.
You guys seriously listen up.
If you are sweaty, if you're a sweater,
If you're playing so hard and so much that you're literally sweating in your chair,
then quit playing casual. There's
You're
like
in
level
fact-
400 people playing casual that we're going up against in the final circle, and we're smoking them sometimes.
You are not casual.
yeah.
But quit playing casuals when there's like a ton of bots.
Ruining
We're
my
trying
life.
to teach Nasty Nate how to play PUBG, and we're getting smoked by you fools. Well, he's
Literally.
getting smoked by you fools pretty quick and can't find cover fast enough, and you've just
He also
shot
makes
him.
no attempt to find cover. He'll just stand out in the open.
That's true.
Just stand still.
Well, he
look
just
around.
runs in there. You want me to draw him out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what?
That's
do
his
it.
favorite thing. Just run in there. Here, I'll draw him out. They're like
It's
in a
so-
house. He just
it's like-
runs
it's
around.
like,
Runs
don't
into the
do it.
house. Oh no, I
It's
died.
like, don't do it. We know where they are.
Yeah,
Runs
did
right in
nothing
there.
for us.
He's gotten a
So
couple
funny.
kills though. He's gotten
That's
better.
actually true. He's gotten really good.
Yeah, if he could just figure out how to cook a frag as he runs into a house,
Oh yeah, dude. It'd be game
that
over.
would be the.
Mhm.
Today I watched a little mini documentary about
cooking frags.
what was that island near Japan that the U.S. invaded?
Epstein Island.
No, near Japan in
Okinawa.
World War Okinawa.
Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah, they were.
Yes. I'm so smart.
I watched that World War II document.
Everybody comment, Parker, you're so smart.
Parker,
There
you're
was
so-
like, so it was just a battle in World War II. Basically, like the Japanese basically thought of it as like if they take this island, then they're gonna take
Then it's
Japan.
done.
And the U.S. thought the same thing. And so it was like the battle for Japan, and then the U.S. was way outgunned, way outnumbered them, way out everything of them. Ended
Yeah,
up
that
winning.
was so deadly.
What?
The casualties from that one battle.
Yeah, that was the most U.S. soldiers that died in any battle. It was like 30K. Or no, 30K civilians, like 7,000 U.S.
49,000.
What? Oh no, it was
Casualties?
okay. Yeah. 30,000. I think Americans. 30,000 U.S. soldiers died, and then but majority of the casualties, I believe, were Okinawa citizens because they basically had citizens like
In there for
with guns, like defending.
Oh, dang.
Holy.
the island.
Yeah, but that's when like they had thousands of kamikazes because the U.S. had like 300 ships around the island, and the Japanese were
Wait,
like.
Like flying right into the boats.
Well, Okinawa is the name of that whole island, but there's also a town
Oh,
on
the
Okinawa.
smaller chain. Yeah, that's the main Japan.
That's the
Yeah,
main-
yeah.
Man, they're so close to South Korea.
And there was literally thousands of dive bombers, like kamikaze. Wouldn't they drink like some potion or something that made them high or something?
Meth.
They would drink meth and then they would just smash into the ships. And there was a lot that sank and a lot that were damaged.
Yeah.
But obviously the U.S. won.
Man,
They had
that's
hundreds
so
of thousands
much.
of more soldiers and more tanks and more artillery. And
Look
more
at all those
planes.
road systems.
I know. I would love to go to China sometime just to see how much it is. How
Yeah,
much
their
China
infrastructure
is in China.
sounds crazy. And there's got some beautiful
Is
nature.
it good?
Probably
Well, their
good.
cities, some of their cities, bro, are like futuristic. It looks like it's 100 years in the future. Looks
Yeah.
like it's in Rocket League or something.
But then
Dang.
you really take a look in, just poverty everywhere.
I feel like
Just outside.
Impoverished.
Oh, you look right
everywhere.
outside.
Yeah, look right
Look
outside.
outside the doors.
I've seen that
Well, that's
there's
everywhere,
some like trains that run through apartment buildings.
yeah.
And that would be annoying. Holy crap.
Yeah, but it'd be nice if you're commuting.
But every 3 minutes, a train coming through your
They're not
apartment.
loud. If they were loud, they wouldn't build
It's like
it in
a
an
bullet
apartment.
train. So if it goes through so fast,
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
sure
even know it's
China's
coming.
really good at making stuff.
Yeah, likely story, China.
Mhm.
But yeah, crazy.
I got a
World War
bone
II
to
was
pick
crazy.
with the
Turns out
Vietnamese.
Hitler wasn't a very effective military strategist.
Really?
In some sense,
Well,
he
he did
was probably above average, I guess, but not like a legend. he was a legend amongst Germans because he was like
Leading people in, motivating.
He was a good leader and like was able to like
Good public speaker.
good public speaker, was able to get
Bad
people
guy.
to obviously come on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He won't say
That's
it.
it.
This guy hates Hitler.
That's
That's
a
one of the
good-
things I like about Parker. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what, Hitler, I'm not on board.
Christian
He
won't admit
stands
it.
up for his
stands up for
beliefs.
Christian still hasn't
No, but
admitted
like
it.
he's a great. It was really easy for people to get behind his like message,
Ideals.
Oh, yeah.
which is insane to convince people of that ethnic cleansing and for everyone to be like, you know what, I think this
Well,
guy's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We're the good guys is crazy. So he must have been somewhat charismatic, but he was just super stubborn and super aggressive and really arrogant and like ended up making like multiple like huge blunders because he wouldn't retreat, wouldn't listen to his generals.
Lost his
Dang.
rook and his queen.
No, not his
Ended up
queen.
cooking them. Like he
Sacrificed
wouldn't
his
send
queen.
on D-Day, he wouldn't send tanks to the front because he thought that his Atlantic Wall, which his General Rommel something put up, he was in charge of. He thought it was indestructible, and he thought if anyone attacked it, it might end the war because they wouldn't be able to survive it, and all their people would die, and so
Oh.
Germany would win if their Atlantic Wall was attacked. So then, when he received news that the U.S. and the British and the
Broke
French
through.
were attacking the wall, he like celebrated and he didn't send tanks. He wouldn't listen to anyone requesting support. He's like, this is exactly what we want. Like the war is over as soon as they attack this wall because they have no idea how powerful it is. And then it ended up being not like it was resistance on some of the beaches and everything, obviously, but
Mhm.
like overwhelmingly the momentum was
Allies.
for the Allies pretty much the whole time, and they just destroyed it.
Dang.
Yeah, crazy. And like he should have never declared war on the U.S.
What an idiot.
when once Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, and he invaded Russia, like the
At the
Soviet
same time.
Union, at the same time, way overextended, and ended up like the Russians. Once the U.S. and Russia joined the war, it was donezo, bro.
Yeah.
It was donezo.
They take Poland,
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Germany.
I
Germany,
think so.
I think.
When they took France in like 1940 and 1941, it was like Germany's gonna win the war. They took France easily, like so
Dang.
fast. Like
Yeah, dude,
people
it
thought that
seems-
that was just what it was gonna be, and then they at the same time started attacking the Soviet Union, and then the U.S. joined, and then like a few years later is when it ended.
Uh-huh.
We got to keep our eye on those guys.
I'm crashing.
Germany or
Yeah,
the Soviet Union.
Germany.
How are you crashing? You just drank a Red Bull.
I don't know.
Gavin, chill out. You're fine. Actually, don't chill out. Hype up. Lock in, Gavin.
Remember when this used to happen like once every 2 episodes? Gavin would be asleep. for the
Gavin was
second
working
half.
a lot back
Now, what's
then.
your excuse now?
I don't know. I'm getting old.
I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Gavin. You're 14.
Almost
years old.
25.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Quarter century.
25 is right around the corner.
I love. Oh,
What time
dude,
is
I
it?
loved history class in high
It
school.
was always the best
My
one.
favorite class.
It was for real.
That was the main one where it was like, yeah, I can afford to learn about. I would like, this is useful stuff to know. Like, this is interesting.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah. I wanted to be a history teacher. I thought about it. If I was going to go to school to be a teacher, I was going
Yeah,
to
if
be a
I was
history
going to be,
teacher.
if I was a teacher, I would pick history.
Yeah, history's always the coolest teacher for real.
Also with
Cool.
ChatGPT
English is
now.
always the
Oh my
worst. Math is
gosh.
kind of hit or
The
miss.
lessons I could whip
easy.
up.
Oh my
word.
gosh, it would be killer.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have really dumb teachers because they're just going to use
No.
ChatGPT.
We might have dumb
I'm
everything.
worried about the doctors and myself.
Oh, Parker's going to get so much dumber.
Parker's worried about him and the doctors.
What?
He's going to be like, okay, you run sound. Chat. I'm going to plug you in, make everything sound
Make
good.
it sound good. Make the music.
And it does, and he doesn't know anything anymore.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's insane.
I can't believe like the
How
U.S.
fast?
how fast the U.S. and the Soviet Union's like relationship deteriorated after World War II.
Well, this is because the
'Cause
Soviet
I was
Union
like, oh,
turned into Russia.
we must have always been enemies of the Soviet Union or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. And then it was like we were like, you know,
Cold War, man.
the two guys that were like killing it in World War II. And then it's just
They wanted more. They wanted to start taking more territory.
oh really?
Yeah. Well, the Soviet Union, like Ukraine, that's what the battle is now. Like,
yeah, right.
used to be part of it.
And then the
used to
Soviet
be,
Union like
expanding more into Europe.
committed a lot of war crimes.
Did you
and-
know they tried
Oh,
to
yeah.
take Afghanistan?
Like
Really?
Joseph
Soviets?
Stalin.
Soviets moved into Afghanistan, like got a lot of it, but the Taliban, I think, is what held them out
Mhm.
because the terrain there is so mountainous
Insane.
and rocky and
It's like Miramar.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see. Okay, that actually
like
makes sense.
people hiding in cliffs, like just crazy terrain to fight a war like that.
Guerrilla warfare.
And so
They
like
had gorillas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
guerrillas
bro.
out there fighting. And before
With turrets.
the U.S. even tried to go in there later to like deal with the terrorism stuff, like the Soviets tried to conquer Afghanistan years before, and like we did not learn a
It's
lesson
just a
from that at all.
war zone.
Like that's like an impossible place to
Secure
Very
also.
strategic.
Once you
secure.
take it over, even then.
like the home team there has such an advantage.
Even in Berlin,
Oh really?
like after the
Well,
world,
they had the big wall.
when the Soviets like took over Berlin or whatever,
Mhm.
and the U.S. and everyone took over, like when there was that final battle or whatever, like the Soviets started committing a bunch of war crimes.
Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT about the Berlin Wall. I have no idea. I just have heard
I don't
about
know
that.
about it
Like when
either.
they went and
One
broke it
side
down.
is good, one side's bad, and Mr. Reagan was like,
We're
"Yeah,
taking it
man,
down.
Gorbachev, tear down
I
that
don't know
wall."
anything about
I watched that Reagan movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah,
It's kind of hot in here all of a sudden.
yeah, it is. They're making a Trump movie. That same studio, I think.
The Reagan one was really good.
Oh, cool.
Learned a lot.
Wow.
He was so good at like leading people. He was in charge of the.
What if it was all a lie?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what
What if it was? What if everything you?
about the movie?
Yeah. What if
What
it was
about
all fake?
everything you? What if
Well, it's all
everything you know is a
documented.
lie?
What if
he was
everything
alive.
everyone has ever told you was a lie, Gavin?
Things would fall apart so.
Then I'm
quickly
okay
in my
believing
life.
a lie.
It would
Yeah, you know
crumble.
what?
Got a good life.
Got a good life.
And I listened to Bryce Crawford's episode with Adam 22
Mm-hmm.
yesterday and today.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Really?
I like him a lot.
Bryce Crawford.
Bryce, yeah.
Yeah.
He's so good at like, I don't know. I just really like his style of talking to people and how he communicates.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good.
Very respectful.
And especially with the gospel and stuff. And like one of the things he said, which is something that I believe for sure, is like, it's like I don't look at your life and just like judge you for what you're doing because like you're not a Christian. Why would like you don't believe in God? Why the heck would you think it's wrong to do all these things that you're doing when you're not a Christian? Like I don't like the people, like the type of Christians who are like the turn or burn type. Where like if you're going to hell, like street preachers that are like just saying people are gonna die.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah,
Like,
there's truth in that, but that's not going to do anything to people. That's not going to
Yeah.
help them at all. And so I totally like agree with that stance of like so many people in the world doing stuff like why wouldn't they be doing those things? Like why, if they're not Christians?
Right.
Yeah,
It
why
makes-
wouldn't they just
it
be
makes
wanting to do
perfect
what they
sense.
want?
Why would they have the same values I have if they don't have the same values I have? Just explained it right there.
Wait a second.
But yeah, it was good, and he does a really good
But then,
job.
yeah, I saw like the first 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't
And
listened to
Adam,
it yet.
and he was like trying to explain morality. Like, because Bryce was like, so your like view of morality isn't based on
Mm-hmm.
the Bible or whatever, like mine is. So what is your view of morality based on? Obviously, he had nothing because he was like there is nothing else you could base
Yeah.
morality on. So he's like, I read books and like listen to philosophers and stuff.
Just kind of like whatever you feel is right, I guess, like, or what, I don't know. That's just how people base that stuff on, which is really
Crazy.
difficult to,
Yeah,
would
it's
be really
impossible.
difficult to believe because it's all like,
There's no baseline. It's
this
like
is what society
I kind of
decided.
feel like this right now.
But it was cool. Yeah, he's definitely an atheist, but he's like, but one of the questions Bryce asked him was, like, do you wish that God was real? Like, in
Yeah.
your opinion, like, you don't believe in God.
I saw that.
Do you
part.
wish that you did? But he was like, I don't know about like the Bible, like the God in the Bible, but yeah, it'd be cool if there was like some
Higher
guy
power.
that was like
a perfect
the
judge.
almighty like judge of everything, and he, you could talk to him, like get like practical advice and stuff from him, and whatever to help you with your life. Like that would be
It
cool.
sounded
But
like it sounded like you want the God of the
it's like
Bible.
it sounds like yeah, that is exactly what you were describing. But yeah, it was just really.
I mean, it's cool. Like,
interesting.
even if nothing ever happens for Adam, then how many people are going to hear the gospel or it being portrayed as understanding, like, oh, I'm not just judging you and telling you, oh, well, you need to just change and believe these things that I believe. Because, like you're saying, you can't uphold somebody else to the standards and the holiness and righteousness of a Christian that you're supposed to be led to become more like Christ if they don't even believe that.
Right.
Because then it's like, well, it doesn't even
Like
make
that's
any
why
sense.
I get so frustrated with and like political stuff when I don't know, boomers are just like the world is going to hell. It's like, well, yeah,
They are.
that is literally
it's
like
true.
what it's going to do. Like it's
Yeah.
inevitable that people
Of
who are
course.
not Christians are not going to have these Christian values that you have.
Uh-huh.
So
Which
like,
should lead
it's
you
like,
to
you
want
guys,
to.
you freaks, quit being trans.
It should
like-
lead you to want
You
to show
should, but-
them
Don't do it that way.
love like Christ, because then you
There's nothing-
you
there's no
realize their
other-
eternal, like their eternity is
Right.
leading them to hell.
There's no other basis. Like, there's nothing else you could replace the Bible with as far as a moral compass. Like that's what like Friedrich Nietzsche. That was the extent, basically. That was like the encapsulation of all of his writings. Was that like
All morality is
there's
based
a
off of the
basically
Bible.
there's a more efficient way to determine morality than the gospel, which is outdated, or the Bible, which is outdated. He never provided kind of what it was.
It's like it's really easy and really simple. You guys figure it out.
He said that there is something like new, or like his like main, like his like most famous statement is God is dead and we have killed him. That was like one thing that he was a statement that he was known for, and not in like the literal sense of God is dead. Like he believed like
The
Jesus
concept
died,
of God is
but it's like
dead.
society has killed God, and like now we have to find something to replace him with.
That's true.
And what are we replacing him with? Because we haven't, like, you have to find the basis for morality or for society. And if not, it just devolves,
Mm-hmm.
Infinitely until there's
Yeah.
nothing left
Mm-hmm.
to where, unless you have a basis of morality. But that was his whole thing. He was saying the Bible was the basis of morality. It's time, like,
Time for a
that
new one.
is like too barbaric. It's like, it's ancient and doesn't apply anymore to the modern world.
Oh,
We have to find
Okay.
something else. I don't know what it is, but we have to find something else as a basis for
to
morality.
hold as that.
To hold as the
Interesting.
standard. But he never presented anything. I don't think he ever had
I
like
don't know.
a theory as to what his whole thing was. He was more just someone that was like, God is dead. Society doesn't believe in God anymore. Find something else to replace it with. And that was his message.
That's probably true because if you look back 500 years, there's probably a lot more, like
Godlessness.
probably a lot less. I would
Oh,
say, like,
yeah.
or more like
People are all
shame,
driven to
like
something.
more public shame of being like, I'm not a Christian. Which it was
And
interesting.
Nietzsche was like a pastor's kid, and he grew up in like he went to a Catholic college.
Oh, really?
And then that's when he was in college is when he wrote his sister when he was leaving college. His sister and his whole family were still devout Christians.
Mhm.
And he was like, if you seek it's something along the lines of, if peace and happiness is what you seek, then believe. If truth is what you seek, then have skepticism or something like that. Basically, he was like, it's better for society to believe in God. It's better for you to believe in God because it makes you happy and gives you peace. But I can't have peace with it because I'm on the pursuit of truth.
Oh, right.
And when you're on
I've
the
heard
pursuit
that.
of truth, it excludes the Bible. It excludes like religion. And
Mhm.
so this is like
True.
my curse. I have to leave Christianity because I'm cursed with knowing that there's like,
That's not true.
it doesn't work. Yeah, right. Exactly. And so then he was like trying to find something to replace it with. And that was like his whole philosophy. It was, I don't know.
One thing that was super interesting in that interview too was Adam mentioned that because he does like a podcast with a bunch of rappers and stuff like that, or like he
Mhm.
has them on as guests. He said it's super kind of what's the
Yeah,
Like-
I remember this part. That was really crazy.
taboo, I guess, to say you're not a Christian, and if you're a rapper, like you got to have some like if you outwardly like deny Christianity or a God at all
If you're
or
like
anything like that.
anti-theistic.
Yeah, or if you like say you don't pray or anything like that, it's kind of looked down upon in like hip hop.
He said
community.
specifically in the African American community
Yeah.
that's looked
Really?
down upon because he's like he was saying all the Christian people that he knows are like not. He's like they can live the same way that I do. Like they in
Mhm.
when we have topics of conversation that I assume a Christian would push back on,
Yeah.
they never do. They exit.
Yep.
They act just like me. It seems like they know that this isn't true or that something. And yeah, but that's what he was saying. Like,
Because
Yeah.
like all these,
the culture
it
is
showing,
always
like songs.
especially here in Texas. The whole culture is everyone's Christian. Everyone says they're like everyone claims to be a Christian. So it's like,
well, it's like it is in a lot of songs. Like rappers will say like, "Oh, I pray about
I used
this."
to pray for times like this.
yeah.
Just not even. I don't even think it's ironically like that they're saying it, but they're saying it because they think they.
But that's like the culture, I guess. And he said
Yeah.
that he knows non-Christian rappers who just will not come out and outwardly say that, like, or deny that.
All
Because
athletes.
they're
and,
like, "Oh, my mom."
Yeah, a lot of
Like,
athletes.
oh, my family,
too.
my
and
grandma.
they're always like, I just thank God for these
Uh-huh.
opportunities. It's like live the most godless life of all time.
Yeah, like
God's gonna get
what
me
you-
through it. It's like they got a case for
They gotta
murdering
just
somebody,
say,
and they're like,
yeah.
God's gonna see me through this.
Yeah,
Like, I guess he will, but I wouldn't say he's.
I don't
He's gonna
think
see you
you're-
straight to jail.
Yeah.
He's gonna see you in about an hour. You're getting the death penalty.
Oh, did you see the guy
No.
who so the death penalty death by firing squad was just reinstated?
Oh my
And for the first time in 15
firing
years.
squad.
Yes.
A squad of people just shitting
Yes.
you.
What?
So you can listen to this.
Can
You
is
can
that, like, elect
choose
that?
you can choose when the death penalty is voted or decided on, ruled for. You can get the electric chair or lethal injection.
Bro, electric chair would suck.
Oh my gosh, dude! Lethal injection.
And if they don't choose, then they automatically will get
firing
the electric
squad?
chair.
Oh.
firing's got to be crazy.
And this guy's
you
like
don't have to choose, but if you don't, you're gonna get shot by 8 people.
This guy is
Countless
like
times into your life.
72, 72 or something, and he is on death row, and he chose firing squad.
What a
First
terrible
time in 15 years that it's been chosen. So like 2010, somebody chose this.
I would choose firing squad. I
But
think.
this guy was in prison for, I don't remember, like murdering his ex-girlfriend's family or
Ooh.
something, and even her maybe. I can't remember. Hope sent it to me yesterday. But I saw this, and yeah, the guy chose death by firing squad. It said the interview on the newscast, the lady was saying that it's 3 correctional officers are chosen. Like they sign up and say, yes, I will do this.
It's like a
That's
lottery.
crazy.
All the officers
Basically.
put their name in a hat and then
Oh.
they're like, pick it out.
Mike got
They're
selected for
chosen.
firing squad.
All
They're
right.
behind. They're behind
Reynolds,
another
you're
wall.
up. Let's go. Let's go.
I prayed for this.
They're like
Used to
sitting
pray for
like with their
times like this.
family in the living room. They get a phone call.
They're ready. You've been chosen.
Sergeant?
I won't let you down.
Is this you?
You're not gonna regret this.
They let 3 members of the media
It took you guys long enough.
and the victim's family can sit in this other room watching it happen.
No way. Oh, the victim's family. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
The suspect,
The
or
victim of firing
the
squad.
criminals,
The
yeah.
family of the firing squad. That was such a good shot.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And then there's 3 officers. They sit behind this other wall with just the barrel coming through this wall. I mean, like they can't fully
Right.
see this person. It's not like they're all standing there in a row. And then shoot him.
What does
That's
death row
wicked.
look like? I wonder where that term came from. If it was like a row of people,
Probably
going to get
used
hanged.
to be an actual row of
Gen-
people waiting.
Now it's just like
I
he's in
never
death
really
row,
thought
but he's just
about
in a
like
cell.
that if I would really be against the death penalty ever. In the sense of like if somebody decided that, oh, this person deserves the death penalty, until one of Hayden's classmates, Meredith, did her thesis on the death penalty
Oh, really?
and
Was it good
biblically
stuff?
why it would be against
Hmm.
it. And she had some good points.
It's kind of a
one of the-
weird sissy idea.
One of the
but
points
yeah,
that
that's
I would
cool.
maybe agree with is it talks about in the Old Testament some different places of like, oh, if somebody murders, then they should also die.
Yeah, okay.
But also, like, who's to say that that person won't someday repent and ask Jesus to, be their savior, even if they're in prison or maybe it's time for them to die by the death penalty. Like, who's to say, like, oh, they should die now? Because also it talks about in the Bible, Ananias and Sapphira, that this is in the New Testament after Jesus died on the cross.
They lied or something.
They lied about about the amount of money they sold their house or their property for. They're like, oh, we're tithing in the full amount. We're giving in the full amount. And Ananias went first and he lied. And after he lied, he said, okay, why'd you lie about this? Boom, he died. And then Sapphira came in later and it's like, hey, this is what we heard. Is this true? This is really what you sold your house for and everything?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, why'd you lie? And then you step outside and boom, died.
Firing squad.
What was that all about?
What? That story?
No, yeah. What?
The death penalty.
Okay.
Death penalty.
And talking about how, like, well, it's not like somebody when killed them. Like, if they were supposed to die from the things they did, then God killed them. They died.
I feel like
And
that
that
was
also-
only
that means-
defensible from
That means that there should be no human intervention in anything ever. If it was supposed to happen, God's just going to do it magically with
I don't know
his
if
God
that means
powers.
no human intervention
Well,
ever,
if you
like
follow that
arresting
same
people.
logic.
Yeah, but killing somebody versus putting someone in jail is different.
That is different. One's killing them, one's just putting them in jail.
Yeah, they continue living there.
So you think instead of like the
I'm
death
not. I'm
penalty,
not
you put
saying
them in a
I'm.
cell and
I'm
it's
not
like,
saying
okay,
I
Dad,
agree
do
with
it.
one thing.
If you want to take him now,
I'm
otherwise we'll
not
keep
saying
him
I
here.
agree with one thing or the other. I just brought it up because I said that was
No, I
her
know.
discussion
I
topic.
am understanding that discussion topic, and I'm literally tearing it to shreds as we speak.
How are you tearing it to shreds? What's your biblical?
well, it's like
basis
Because
for-
everything in the Bible has been God using people to achieve certain things. So not necessarily does he have to come down and supernaturally
Yeah, but who
do
are
something
you
himself.
to say that God told you to kill this person?
I don't know who I am to say that.
well, but is war defensible? Like, can we go to war and fight a righteous war if God doesn't specifically like commission us to? Like, if
That's
or
what I'm
if
saying.
someone
Like
comes
if,
into my house
if you're
and is
defending,
wreaking havoc and killing my children, that's
Yeah.
too far. If someone is trying to rob me and kill me, then
And
it's
you're-
like I can either be like, if you want him to die, then kill him, or God, if you want him to die, then tell me to kill him, or you could just be like, this guy is causing a lot of harm, I need to kill him
yeah, but that's different than if someone
because
okay
you're
did
preventing
it
him
and
from killing
stopped
you. You're
it
saying because it's like
Yeah, yeah.
self-defense.
versus
but
if
in
someone
war-
had done something terrible and they're not obviously not capable of doing it now, being in custody,
If
and
they're,
it's
like,
saying,
no longer a threat.
yeah, you no longer deserve to live. Okay, you die.
Yeah, I've thought about the death penalty a lot, honestly.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have. If I'm being honest, which I am, I've
If you're
thought about it a
being
lot.
real.
I've thought about it.
I've kind of gone back and forth before. I've heard good arguments. I've forgotten all of them, truly, and where I stand personally. But it's definitely a fun conversation to be had. I'm glad we're having it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It
It's a
is.
classic one.
It's interesting though because
Is
I
it,
don't
is
know.
it ever defensible from a non-Christian position? I feel like every
Yes.
Christian. Do you think so?
Yeah, from an anchor.
I'm sorry.
This
I'm
guy
sorry. I
did-
mean,
Oh.
like, is being against the death penalty defensible from a non-Christian position?
I
You
don't
can
know.
say like,
I would
by
probably
killing
just
this
say-
person, you're sending them to hell for eternity, and because of that, they don't get a chance to live in salvation. Even if you hate them and you think that they're terrible and they cause a lot of harm, the biblical worldview would be that they still deserve to have the chance to repent and deserve heaven, or have eternity
Yeah.
and not live separate from God.
Yeah.
But if you don't believe in the afterlife, you don't believe that heaven is a thing, you don't believe that hell is a thing, you just think that, like, as an atheist, that
Get
you
him
believe
out
Then
of
it's
I
just
would
nothing,
say.
Get him gone.
I would say.
then
kill
you
him,
would have to
probably.
say like objectively death is the
deserve to
worst thing
die.
that can happen to you, and living is better than death. So you're giving something, instead of this guy just killed all these people, and instead of giving him the worst penalty we can give him, which is death, we're letting him live because that's what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So as if you didn't believe in the afterlife, I think that the death penalty would have to be
The
I
worst
think
thing imaginable.
the worst thing imaginable, and in that case,
But
then
even though I do
think it
believe
would
in
be-
hell, I think that
you think that
definitely
person
would
deserves
be-
hell? I don't.
I think it would be the worst punishment imaginable.
Hell would be. I just
Yeah.
don't. I just think that
That's
it's.
why it's hell.
I know, but is hell worth?
But do you?
Does the worst human deserve hell? Are you the one that gets
Right.
to send them?
Are
I
you
to
would
saying
hell?
they can't be forgiven?
They can?
I'm not saying they can't be forgiven.
Well,
But
that's what
and
I'm
that-
saying. But who
but
are
that's
you
true.
to
If
kill
you are
them
the- if
now?
you-
if you're
that
not
would have
giving
a
them
t-
the chance
I'd
to
have
be
a really
forgiven,
hard time being the judge that gives someone a death penalty, because then you're robbing them of the chance of being
That's
redeemed.
Right.
my argument. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So I understand
Could I
that.
send somebody to hell? If I have to send somebody to hell, because this is the situation.
I would never
no,
do
I'm
it.
saying like, if I have to send somebody to hell, and it's like they are a threat and they're killing people and they have to die. It just so happens they're not a believer. This is the sowing of what they've reaped, whatever. But if they're not a threat anymore, they've already done whatever. They've already done the damage that they crime, terrible person, like atrocities. They're no longer a threat. They can't do it anymore. But am I the one that gets to send them to hell for eternity?
Think of the expenses of housing them and feeding them for the rest of their life.
That's true. It's
that was one of the arguments in the thesis. It's actually more expensive for lethal injection.
Oh, really? Why?
Because the
a vial of poison.
I don't believe
however much it is. Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Well, then don't use lethal injection.
Firing squad, and that's why it's coming back.
Yeah, the death penalty doesn't have to be expensive.
But is that cruel and unusual punishment?
No, cruel and unusual. Shooting somebody shooting somebody else is torture. Cool and usual.
It's cool and usual punishment.
It's usually pretty cool. Shooting someone for shooting others. I mean, I don't think that's. I think shooting someone is more humane than someone that like is a predator and chopped somebody up and it was like vile.
That's right. That's where I think
it's merciful.
Like you would say, I would say if someone chopped somebody up.
If we got a chopper on our hands.
Yeah. Somebody did something terrible that.
Yeah.
If we got a slicer and a dicer.
I would think, you should
slicer
die.
And dicer on the loose. In this situation, slicer and dicer on the loose. They've been slicing and dicing. Gavin, listen to me. And you finally catch them. You stop them. They can't slice and dice anybody anymore, but they did it to many people. What do you do?
Do you send them to hell or do you let God sort it out?
I don't know if you can kill them.
If this is truly somebody that is the worst of humans and will never repent. No, I'm saying if this is somebody that will never repent truly.
You don't know
and they're the worst, most disgusting, then justice will play out in eternity as they'll live their life on earth.
Exactly.
And then
let them
live eternally in hell, which is the worst outcome. So no matter what, they're going to have the worst outcome possible. Allowing yourself to be the judge of he needs to have this outcome right now, as opposed to letting their life play out and letting God be the judge, whether they're truly the worst of human atrocity, like the worst human, and they will never repent, or maybe they have some kind of repentance in their heart and they'll live in agony the rest of their life because of what they've done, but it's true repentance, and now the rest of their life is what is hell because they realize what they've done.
Here's the other thing.
Eventually they'll go to heaven.
Here's the other thing.
Dude, life is hell.
All of us.
You know what? Yes, you guys.
Even if they decide at the end of their life, say that this is the worst person ever, we don't give them the death penalty.
Yeah.
They rot in prison. At some point, at the very end of their life, they decide, you know what? I realize I need to ask for forgiveness and give my life to the Lord and repent. And that happens, then they die.
Does all of heaven rejoice in that instance?
Yes, exactly. Because just the fact that they've now repented, that doesn't mean, like, just even as us, we're sinners, like we don't deserve.
Because, everything that we have done.
We don't deserve forgiveness for the things that we've done. And even if, because I was preaching about forgiveness, like of forgiving someone else for something or what they've done to you.
Yes.
Like we have, the Bible says that we have to forgive our brothers or someone who's wronged you because we've been forgiven for so much. The debt of the servant that was like $34 billion in today's money, the debt that the king forgave the servant, the parable that Jesus has forgiven us for a debt that we cannot repay. But this is someone else's debt. Like, yes, this person murdered, like on the most extreme level, someone murdered my entire family.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would want to kill them, right?
Yes.
But it's still, even in the most extreme situation on earth, it still does not measure at all to the price that Jesus paid of us spending eternity in hell. This book that I was reading, like Driven by Eternity, talks about this. That's the entire premise of the book,
right?
And it goes through
the depths of hell.
This parable and this story that this guy made up about kind of just this world of basically these different things that people, different personalities and things that people have, and different reasons of, okay, this person says, I go to church or I've done this.
Okay.
But they never really knew Jesus or never had a relationship, and they did all these other things but never truly repented.
Right.
They would call themselves a Christian, but then they go before Jesus, before God, and they have to give account of their life saying, oh, but Jesus, I did this for you and I did this for you. Yeah, but I never truly knew you because you never really gave me your life.
Right.
And, people have that fear of, oh, this happened to me. Whereas, like, in this extreme of this person maybe never lived their life for God, but eventually at the end of their time, before they died in prison, gave their life to the Lord. They still, we still give account before the Lord of all the things we've done, everything in secret, everything that's known to man, right? But even the account of that we have to bring before him far surpasses, like, that means nothing in the fact that we get to spend eternity in heaven after that versus, oh, we're going to hell and we spend eternity in suffering. And not only are we, right, we talk about the worst punishment being separated in eternity from our Creator, but also, like, it's torture the entire time. Like, it's weeping and gnashing of teeth. It's not just like people say, like, oh, hell is, just darkness and whatever, but it's truly suffering. Like, sometimes
everything good in the world, everything good in the world came from God. Everything bad in the world didn't. Everything bad is in hell.
But it's like the worst of the worst. Like, we think, okay, maybe I mess up. I want to live how I want to live now. Like, that's the motivation too behind, like, not the, oh, you're going to go to hell and trying to preach the gospel and push it that way, but really having the compassion for people in the understanding of, like, you have to understand the severity of this situation.
How does
in the serious of this decision in your life. Of that's why too, like, we might just get discouraged of telling people, like, oh, hey, like, you should come to church, like, have a relationship with God and building it up that way and sharing the gospel with them. But, like, even when they say, no, I don't really want to do it, like, continuing to, like, pray for them or, like, reaching out to them and just showing the love of God to them, because eventually, hopefully, they come to the realization of their need for him, and then happening that way. But it's just like going back to the death penalty or someone dying and being like, oh, I'm okay with it. Or, even though they've done this terrible thing, I think they deserve to die now. Like, I still don't know if I could ever come to the conclusion of, like, maybe in a situation like somebody is attacking my family, obviously I know it's my job, like, to defend them and protect them and take care of them. I'm not saying, like, in any way, like, somebody's trying to shoot and attack Hannah.
The person's
yes, I will shoot to kill in that moment. But it's if
once that moment's gone,
it's diffused
and they're not a threat.
Yeah, they're not a threat anymore. They're in prison. Like, that's punishment for sure. And obviously, maybe it would seem better that they just die. But I think it would be. I think God can still intervene, and maybe some people would say, "Oh, it's evil if God were to kill them by, like, giving them some sickness." Like, not to say God can't do that, or God would do that. Obviously, it's His hand and His judgment of, like, if someone's in prison.
No, I know what you're saying.
Like, for Him to like kill them. Like, people, some people just die all of a sudden randomly, and people, like, it was.
Turns out they were stabbed by a fellow inmate.
But, I think that God can still intervene in those things too. Not that He would or wouldn't, or why, I don't know.
Why? I don't know.
Why would He do that? I don't know.
Have you seen those videos?
Yapping right now, Gavin?
Yes, he is. That was a yap sesh.
No, it makes sense,
6 minutes. It does make sense. Have you seen those videos of, I saw one, this dude was on this stand and the guy who, like, killed his family member was up there, and he tells them to their face that he forgives them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, those are so good.
I love those videos.
But the Bible even says, like, if you repay
evil
a curse with a blessing, like, that's more of a curse. That's like hot coals on the head of whatever person. Like,
what?
Yeah,
the person
like
heaping
heaping coals on you.
Yeah,
the
if
person
somebody
that gives
does
the
something
blessing.
bad to you, but you, like, show forgiveness or grace or whatever, that's gonna eat at them more than if you were just like, I hate you, I hate your guts. Like, yeah, I understand, I killed your family member.
Right.
But if you actually forgive them, then they're gonna be like,
wait a second,
oh my gosh, like, how the heck were they able to forgive me for that?
And some people, the reality is that some people will never turn.
Yeah, or
God.
they might just be like, oh my gosh, like, they might get more mad at you for saying that instead of, like, the typical response of, like, I hate you, I want to kill you.
Right.
Because there's obviously people go to hell and never turn to God, but
obviously
that's not. Who are we to decide? Oh no, this is that person. and they're never gonna turn to God and give their life to Him,
Yeah, that's true.
so they can just die.
I think at the end of someone's life, someone like that who's just the most atrocious. I think that if you came to true repentance, probably the person who is the most atrocious would not come to true repentance. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that but I'm
The
not saying
most
that
atrocious.
but I'm not. Listen, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that we should make that assumption and then kill them. What I'm saying is that the worst of the, I mean, probably wouldn't, but maybe they would. And if they were to truly come to repentance, then like the true process of repentance isn't just like, oh, I can actually get out of this and still go to heaven. Let's run it. I can just, what do I have to say? Okay.
Well, yeah.
True repentance is like, could you imagine bearing the weight of then being repentant and understanding
Like what you
the
did.
depth, like understanding the depth of your sinfulness, even as someone that didn't murder people is like sorrowful. Could you imagine bearing that weight as someone that literally killed people and actually deserves death? As we all do, but the weight of that, I think, would be punishment enough or maybe not punishment. I guess none of us deserve to go to heaven, but like that would, if you came to true repentance,
that true godly
had that godly encounter of like understanding how horrible of a person you are, which I guess is kind of the process of the gospel and salvation anyways.
That's what it is. Like
But
people in the
to
Bible.
understand the depth of that, even as someone that is truly the worst of the worst, then that would be, I think that at that point, then we're on an even playing field, maybe.
It's true.
But I guess we're all on an even playing field because, I mean, all of us have fallen
Dude,
short.
But there's people in the Bible that have murdered people.
A lot of people who have like a hard time with accepting the fact that, like, say Hitler accepted Christ in his last moments, truly like repented, whatever, like he would be in heaven. Like that's so messed up. He deserves to be punished for all the wrong things he did. But
So do you.
I don't think
when
they
you don't have the
understand
full
true
view
repentance,
of like Christianity, you got to see that we all deserve to go
Right.
to hell.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like,
also, yeah.
he deserves to be punished because we have like this big, like our such worldly view of like, well, obviously this mass genocide is worse
And he
than
did cause more suffering
stealing
than
a
anyone
cookie.
else.
on Earth, but
maybe Stalin is up there too. There's a lot of bad guys out there. But
There's a reality too to someone that, like, the Bible talks about those who are so have a
hard-hearted. Yeah.
hard-hearted that they're beyond the point of
yeah,
return. Like
But
that's crazy.
there's some
usually-
people that are unsavable, basically.
I don't even know.
I don't know if they're
I feel like it's
unsavable,
more
but-
complex.
like they are,
that is kind of what it
so-
says.
Yes.
Probably more complex.
Like
than
there's
that.
some people that it's not even worth praying for.
But that and when it talks
technically, but we would never be able to know who it is.
when it talks about that though, it's mature believers in
A
Christ.
Calvinist
so people
would
who have
probably say that no one's worth praying for because the outcome is predetermined.
Doesn't matter anyways.
they're like, oh, you've already been predetermined and selected. Like, why evangelize? Why do any of that? Why do any outreach if somebody's already pre-selected, predetermined? Like, and they would say,
Should I go out and evangelize today or should I not?
Mhm.
If I choose not to, then it's because it was already
Predetermined.
destined that I wasn't going to, and the
Mhm.
people that I would save by going are not going to be saved anyways. So the me going out actually doesn't change anything. Either I go out and the people that are already going to be saved are going to be saved, or I don't go out and the people that are already going to be saved are going to be saved. It's not up to me, so I'll just hang out and see what happens.
I think there are some though that, I don't know, I was talking to one guy and it was just like, they still think that there's a point in evangelizing. It's like
If you follow the train of logic to the end, then
Right.
there's not. If you
Right.
believe that God has pre-knowledge, like he knows what's going to happen, but the happening is up to us.
I believe
then-
in predestination up to the point of like God actually, he knows who's saved and who's not, and that,
Yeah.
but he exists outside of time. He's so much bigger than our concept of
we
time and our
cannot
concept
we
of
cannot
space.
understand.
We cannot fathom his understanding and his wisdom. Like we can't, our mind can't comprehend how this works. Our job is just to like exist in the time that we are now and make decisions that align with his
Yeah.
will and try to do what he's wanting us to do.
That would be like saying, in some sense, people would argue probably against this, but like, oh, I can live however I want now because I think maybe, if it's predestined that I'm going to be saved and I'm going to go
pretty
to
sure I'm
heaven,
predestined to be saved. So I'm just gonna
then I
be-
can live however I want and eventually I'll have a moment where I come back to
Well,
the Lord. Or
So
I think a Calvinist would say that they have like dominion over their own actions, and if they choose, if they choose to live a righteous life, then they are in consequence one that has already been predestination, like the one that has been predetermined to like.
Doesn't everybody
Be
have an
saved
action
already.
or decision or everybody has the ability to
No free
choose?
will.
Yeah, I think that you can. I think like in
It's an
Calvinism,
illusion of free will.
you can kind of choose if you are the one to be saved or not, but you can't save others. You can't be the difference in somebody's walk of salvation. But I think that Calvinists believe that their actions, because I guess what Parker's saying, it's like the illusion of, they believe in the illusion of free will, that like I promise I'm a decision maker in my life, but in reality, they also believe that they're not actually a decision maker, but it actually doesn't affect the fact that they do have to still make decisions throughout their life.
But then if there's someone that, as a believer goes to church, gives their life to the Lord, but then falls away, then there's like two different arguments of saying, well,
They were never a true.
they were
Christian.
never actually really
Yeah.
a Christian and they never actually saved.
That's so lazy to me. Like that line of thinking is.
But
so,
it literally talks about in 1 Peter,
people
people
who
fall away. You were
Yeah.
added to the tree and then you fell away. It talks about mature
It's
believers.
impossible to come back from that.
That's where like some people like in the inability to return back to Christ. It's like talks about him
Someone
going
who's
to the cross.
actually had a real relationship with
Yes,
God.
like a mature believer. So like there's this lady who was a pastor, served, and like was
Yeah,
married, and her husband was the senior pastor and leading.
right.
And she decided like she wanted this. This is like in the book the guy references, not the exact name
Yeah.
to call him out, but
Like someone that was like on fire.
yes,
Christian.
on fire for the Lord, like serving in all this incredible capacity, like truly had a relationship with the Lord and was
Yeah.
walking it out. Wanted, more from it, like wanted the fame of like doing other things and
Yeah.
wanted that attention. Turned away from the Lord, like left her husband, left all these things, stopped serving the Lord, and like went away. So like
what the heck?
for praying for her, it is saying like that's where it would say it's not worth like going to them and praying for them because she's experienced
God.
and turned to it and turned away from him.
Yeah.
Decided that she didn't want that.
It would have to be in her. Like the hard thing is like, okay, then
How
could
do you
she
judge,
turn
was
away?
she actually really?
Yes.
Of course she
Or-
was.
yeah, no, she
Yes,
was.
bro.
No, she was. But saying like,
That would be.
but it's her turning back now.
Right.
Is her decision,
Yeah.
and so it's not then worth praying because she's already made that decision. She's turned away from the Lord.
So you're saying that if she would have died, so this lady who was a believer, whatever, on fire for the Lord, ended up falling away and pursuing other things. If your argument is that she was never really saved, then what if she died while she was on fire for the Lord? Like on fire, she was serving in a huge capacity, leading people to the Lord. She had a robust prayer life and was
Absolutely
always
robust.
in the just robust.
Bursting
and
at
was
the seams.
always in her Bible. And then she dies,
And goes to
and
hell.
you're saying that she's not going to go to
It
heaven.
wasn't real.
Like how would you judge it? We would have no idea how to like
Yeah.
determine whether we were going to be saved or not. Someone that's on fire for the Lord and dies.
But I think there are some people who would argue if she was like that, and even if she fell away, she's still saved because she was once
Because
saved.
she was like that at one point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then that's the once saved, always saved argument. But
Really
the book I'm
confusing.
reading actually really aligns a lot with
Yeah.
our belief in the doctrine of that you can fall away from the Lord and come back.
Yeah, I believe that. for
And,
sure.
it talks about it in
I feel
First
like I
Peter.
know people like that.
It talks about being grafted back into.
Or like the prodigal son.
Right.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, if you will.
Do you believe like babies who die
Heaven.
go to heaven?
Yeah.
I
think
saw this one
once you get
argument that it
to-
was once you get to what?
Once you get to a certain point where you're actually able to
Sentient.
comprehend it, then
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of up to you. But
I saw this like philosophical question. This guy who was an atheist, he was like, seems as though the popular Christian worldview is that babies or ones who can't think for themselves are automatically go to heaven if they die. And so would you not be morally obligated to kill as many babies as possible to send as many people to heaven? If heaven is the ultimate ending and that's the greatest ending you can have to your life, that's the ultimate goal, are you not morally obligated to kill someone as a baby?
then you would kill all Christians all the time. Because I'm just sending you to heaven, my friend.
Well, yeah, but what's wrong with that?
Because there's value in our life. God put us here for a reason.
Like just like he created the world and created Adam and Eve for his creation to take care of what he created, because he created it with a purpose of like, oh, I want you to be able to have this life and have this decision as well to serve him. That's the
Right.
same reason now, like Jesus died on the cross so we can choose to have relationship with him, because there's all these people, that are dying, that are going to hell, but he didn't. That's the thing with free will, is saying, okay, I want you to choose though. I've given you this opportunity
Right.
where you can have
In
this
some
amazing
sense-
thing in eternity, but you have to choose it.
Right. I understand.
Then you also get to
But
the point of
also-
where, like, why did God even make humans? Like, what was the point of that? Like, why is that? Why do we have value to him? Why did he decide to do that?
I don't know, actually.
Why did he create anything then?
I don't know.
That's
I
what.
don't
Yeah.
know.
But
Not
then it's
really.
like, it's too much. It's like there's so many things out. That's the other thing too, where people sometimes you want to
think a lot
be
of
able to
atheists-
explain everything, but you can't.
Or
It's
a lot
why
of
it's
people
faith.
can have a hard time with faith, where they want to understand it, like, exhaustively, be able to learn everything, know everything, be able to answer everything perfectly, but you just can't. Like, we're not. I don't
It's like
believe
this-
that
the
we're
C
built
to
to be able
believe.
to comprehend all of that. It would be a lot to bear. If we could actually comprehend everything God can comprehend, we would be like God, and we would literally destroy us.
That's why God took away the tree after Adam and Eve ate from the tree of life,
Knowledge of good and evil.
knowledge of good and evil. Because then there was a tree of life that would allow them, or another tree in the garden that would allow them to live forever.
Yeah.
And then there was another tree that basically they would become, if they did, then they would eat this other tree that they would become like God,
What?
right?
I don't remember that.
part. Sounds familiar.
There was a tree they could have eaten from that would have
If
granted them
then
eternal life.
they would eat from
No,
the
that's
tree
what
that would they
Satan-
would
That's
have
what
told them.
Satan told Eve, was
Satan told
that
them,
you'll
like, if
become
you-
like God if you eat this, you'll have eternal life.
right. But then yes. But then there was the other tree that's why they were removed from the Garden of Eden, because if they ate the other tree, then they would live forever.
I don't feel like that's true.
There was a tree of life in there.
I feel like the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil are like synonymous. Like it's just different names for the same thing. In the Bible, in the later in Revelation, representing a wolf.
Okay, alongside the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
What?
The tree of life is in the middle of the garden, suggesting its essential importance. After Adam and Eve disobeyed God, they were banished from the garden, and cherubim and flaming sword were placed. Yeah. They guard the way to the tree of
Oh
life.
my gosh, that's crazy. How did I not know that?
It's very.
You guys are really.
They're
I was
small.
like,
Wait, wait a second. Was I reading the Book of
I've
Mormon
read
and I
that.
didn't even realize it?
I've read that
Yeah.
a lot.
I read some of the Book of Mormon today for real.
Really.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
It was
insane.
really confusing
It's
you
insanity.
then because you forgot about the tree.
yeah, I guess.
Because that's why
It's
they
only
were
like
removed
two
from the
books,
garden.
right? It was like the Book of Abraham and then the Book of
Nephi.
They had the Book of Moses.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Even though Moses wrote the
I
first
think the
5
whole
books.
lore with that is that it was ancient tablets written by the Nephites, and Joseph Smith discovered them. Nobody
No,
ever
he didn't discover
saw
them. He was.
They
They
revealed
were
to
in
him.
a catacomb in Egypt, and the angels grabbed them from Egypt and showed them to Joseph Smith in like Utah or whatever. And so, like originally, they were in Egypt, buried somewhere, and we lost access to them. And it was like this was where was the missing piece. Why didn't you even? You covered all the other parts of the Bible, but here's the rest.
Oh, dang.
Joseph, you're 14, by the way.
You're not 14, but your wife is.
Yeah, well, he was 14 when he saw the angel,
Oh my goodness. He's so smart.
and he's a genius.
So
It's chosen. Yeah. I have another question, but that would go on for a long time.
Goodness.
Dang it, what is it?
I'll share it with you
I love
next
this
time.
crap.
I love this crap.
It's so good.
Dang it. I'll save it. Then we'll save it. I have some more questions that I didn't even touch.
Me too.
All right. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. That was
Yeah.
And
fun.
by the way, the thing that I said about killing all the babies, that wasn't actually me saying that I believe we should kill all the babies. That was just like
Yeah.
me following the chain of logic
Of
and
this, guys.
yeah, and like like, wouldn't this, if you apply this logic to this principle, would it still make sense?
Yeah.
So,
Even-
guys, I'm not a fan of Hitler, and I don't like killing babies.
I've seen people talking about like abortion that way. We're like, well, if they're just gonna go to heaven,
Really?
I don't want it. Let's just
That's crazy, because then you
Like,
are
but
admitting
then-
that you're killing them,
yes.
and that it's okay because they're going to go to
Yeah,
heaven.
I did see this other question of somebody who said,
Gosh, that's so crazy.
Would you
that
bring
we do
back-
that,
bring
that people
back?
do that?
People do what?
That they draw the line at like once you, where do people
once you're
how else
sentient.
do you draw the line besides as soon as they're
Dang,
conceived?
Right.
2-year-old's not sentient.
Like, oh,
There's a lot of, it's all relative. There's a lot
like
of
you're a
different
human,
lines.
you're an adult. You can't kill an adult person.
That's what's the problem with abortion is nice because it's not only defensible from a religious standpoint.
Even
Like
just
the
not
death
morally
penalty,
standpoint.
I feel like is harder to defend. Like being for the death penalty is, but with abortion, it's like this is what it says in the Bible, and not only does it say in the Bible, but this is actually in order to be consistent with your like definitions. Then, 'cause if you say when they're you kill like if they're not sentient, you can kill them. It's like, well, then you can kill a 2-year-old. If they're relying on somebody else, you can kill them. Well, then you can kill an elderly person that's
or
on
vegetable
life.
or whatever.
Yeah, right. Or like what are the other ones? There's other ones. Like, and if you follow the train of logic, it automatically applies to someone that you definitely cannot kill.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only like point where it actually makes sense and that you can apply it across all of life and it doesn't contradict is at conception. And also that is what is like in the Bible.
That's a new creation. The moment.
Right. And the thing,
Inception.
yeah.
Inception.
And like if you kill a pregnant lady, it's double
Double.
homicide.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, liberals.
Take that, liberals.
Boom.
I heard the saddest story ever, but I'll tell you guys after the podcast.
Yeah, don't put it
tell
on
me.
here.
I'm too sad already. What a bad way to end it. I shouldn't have talked about all this right before.
Yeah,
we
he can. It's fine.
probably
it's
edit
real
it back,
life.
whatever.
Just long,
You guys,
cut it. You can cut it.
thanks for sticking around.
Yeah.
long form, unedited
Yeah.
content.
Boom, boom, boom. Ask
I
any
love
questions
my
in the
favorite part
comments.
was that one time when Gavin spoke for 6 minutes uninterrupted.
Everybody
okay.
else loved it too because they didn't have to hear your dumb voice.
Dang it.
That's not
Boom.
true. We sound very similar.
Actually true.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, peace out.
No wedgies. Peace.
Gas